Hello and welcome to SaltWire today for Friday, April 28th. I'm your host, Kate Walker. The provincial and federal governments are teaming up to deliver tangible change when it comes to mental health recommendations from the Mass Casualty Commission. As recommended by the MCC's final report, both levels of government will design and deliver mental health, grief and bereavement services in Cumberland, Colchester and Hants Counties. A joint $18 million investment was announced today to make more of those supports available now.
We heard from the families of the victims and from the members of the broader community who told the Commission that they needed in the days, weeks, months and years after this tragedy is support. The need for grief counseling. They need access to clinical mental health care. They need a place to go and help charting a path through the trauma and grief that they're all experiencing, that they're all still experiencing.
These supports aim to primarily help the families and those closely affected by the April 2020 Portapique massacre when a gunman killed 22 people, including a pregnant woman. The mental health work with people in the affected communities to design services that meet their long-term needs will begin immediately. The $18 million investment is over a 2-year period, with $9 million coming from the province and an initial $9 million coming from the federal government. Members of the community who have questions can call 211 for more information. Nova Scotians came together on the National Day of Mourning today to remember those who have lost their lives or were injured because of a workplace accident or illness. A ceremony was held at Province House where families shared their stories of loss.
Tony and I were married and both working, having 2 school-aged children at this time. And the next few years, like the ones before them, had flown by. Tony died on July 24th, 2014, at 59, succumbing to mesothelioma and incurable lung cancer caused by exposure to asbestos.
In 2022, 24 Nova Scotians died as a result of workplace accidents.
Each one of them deserved more time. You deserve more time. Although workplace fatalities and accidents can happen in any occupation, some jobs carry more risk. And that's why we must do everything we can to prevent these. In their memory and in their honor, we must build upon the legacy of those who left us too soon, those affected by a workplace injury or illness.
Today is not only a day to remember the victims, but to also highlight the importance of workplace safety and discuss what kind of measures can be taken to prevent future tragedies. The Souls Harbour Rescue Mission opened their new affordable supportive housing for women and single mothers with their children today. The ribbon-cutting ceremony was held this morning at the new location in West Chesapeake. It's been an 18-month project with 12 units. Move-in day is Monday. The cost of rent will depend on sources of income.
One of the things that makes it so special to receive the Rapid Housing Initiative is that 18 months ago, these 12 women may have been fleeing domestic violence. They may have been fleeing their trafficker or sleeping on somebody's couch for several months or even in their car. And so this becomes not just a place to sleep, but it becomes a life-saving home for them.
Souls Harbour helps those who are living in poverty, fleeing domestic violence, or suffering with addictions by providing emergency help such as housing, programming, as well as food and clothing. These 2 new buildings, which will be filled with women and children of all ages, was fully funded by the Rapid Housing Initiative. A 3rd lot has also been bought for future housing. The Halifax Wanderers are gearing up for their home opener tomorrow against Vancouver FC. The team went through some major transformations during the off-season, including hiring an entirely new coaching staff. Patrice Gaisar comes from the distinguished Vaughan Azzurri in League One Ontario, where he won back-to-back league titles.
Just trying to make sure we have lots of energy as we want to be able to hunt in the entire field. We're trying to make sure that we put away our chances early. They're a team that's traveling, coming here, and the distance is quite ways away. And, we want to, again, make sure that our energy is there to make the fans very proud, and we want to be able to try to score not one, but 2 early goals, so we can be comfortable and confident going into the second half.
Along with the new head coach, there are many new players for fans to look out for, one of them being dynamic forward Cozy Nwafonso, who says he's most looking forward to seeing the fans.
The head is insane. It's an experience. I'm excited to see just the energy and feel, the crowd. And again, hopefully we can bring you guys the win.
Nwafonso scored 16 goals with Vaughan Azzurri last season. The Wanderers go into this match in 6th place with 2 points. Vancouver is sitting in 3rd place with 3 points. Kickoff is at 3 p.m. for what is sure to be an exciting matchup. It's time for another edition of Wine of the Week with SaltWire sommelier Mark DeWolf. Mother's Day is just around the corner, and Mark has a selection if you're looking for a gift or to enjoy a drink with mom.
Well, we've been having some great spring weather, and Mother's Day is on the horizon. When I'm thinking about a great wine for this time of year, I'm thinking about crisp, fresh whites. And a really good one is this Pinot Blanc from Beausoleil Farmstead, right here in Nova Scotia. It delivers a freshness and a purity that I associate with this winery, and it's a perfect pairing to Mother's Day celebrations.
And for more wine recommendations, tips, recipes, and interviews, go to the Wine and Dine section of saltwire.com. It's time now for a glimpse of today's Thinking Out Loud with Sheldon McLeod. Today, Sheldon is speaking with Neil Hammerschlag, a marine ecologist, offering you a chance to cage dive with great white sharks off Liverpool this summer.
And is that the idea for this to be a tourist destination, or is that just to help offset the research?
Oh, it's to offset the research. The sciences costs money. It's a really, what fuel is these days, and boats and activities, and, to do the work. So, basically the cost is to help to offset the research and to do the work. And we're really hopeful that this works out from a research point of view, but also the costs are to support the ecotourism, because ecotourism is also an important way to demonstrate to people that these sharks are worth more alive than they are dead. And that's important because sharks globally are declining due to overfishing, habitat destruction.
And for Sheldon's full conversation, head to the opinion section of saltwire.com. Time now for the Atlantic Sports Wire, presented by Scott Squires.
Osavian Buckner plays basketball for the Truro Tide of the Eastern Canadian Basketball League, but the seeds of Osavian's basketball life were planted stateside.
I was born in Houston. We moved to the Dallas area about, kindergarten, first grade. Then, me and my brothers, we played basketball, but just, recess and backyard. There wasn't really nothing serious. 7th grade is when I started playing organized basketball in Frisco, Texas. And that's really when I got my feet wet, as far as learning how to play the game, the rules, and things like that. 8th grade, we moved to Celebration, Florida, which is in the Orlando area. And that's where I really started to pick up my game as far as, scoring and really wanting basketball to be something that I want to do in life. From there on, I went to high school, played 2 years of high school basketball, went to college, 4 years at Trinity College, and here I am.
Osavian and the Truro Tide host the Month in Motion tonight in Truro. And for my full conversation with Osavian, you can check out the video tab at saltwire.com and also visit the SaltWire YouTube channel. In Halifax, I'm Scott Squires for the Atlantic Sports Wire.
Thank you, Scott. On to weather now. To see what's coming up in the weekend forecast, we're going to check in now with our weather specialist, Alistair Alders.
Happy Friday, Kate. Well, after yesterday's rain showers, the sunshine was back in full force today, making for a beautiful Friday. There's also sunshine in the forecast for the final weekend of April. This evening, we'll have just a few clouds, overnight fog patches, and the temperature this evening near 7 degrees, rising from +1 on Saturday morning, with morning fog patches dissipating, otherwise mainly sunny, and mainly sunny throughout the day on our Saturday. Now, we'll have a bit of a sea breeze developing as winds will be shifting over to more of an east and southeast direction, so inland, our high will be near 14 degrees on Saturday, but in the city and along the coast, 8 degrees your high. And then on Sunday, a mix of sun and cloud on the way, still dealing with onshore winds, so inland the temperature near 12 degrees, but in the city and along the coast, 7 the high on your Sunday. We then have rain in the forecast. It will develop as we go Sunday night throughout Monday. Periods of rain also expected to linger into Tuesday. This is certainly beneficial rain. Looks like showers will also linger for much of next week. So while it's a bit unfortunate to say goodbye to this sunny stretch of weather we've been having, I've been telling you we really do need this rain. So it certainly will be welcome. Bit of a pattern change, a rainy start to May here in HRM. Have a great weekend. Kate.
Thank you, Alistair. That's all for now. For more extended video and full online articles, stay tuned to SaltWire.com, and you can find us on social media. I'm your host, Kate Walker. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you back here Monday.